Ta-da! Do I start every live stream like that? I think I should. If I haven't been doing it up until now, from now on, starting immediately, I'm going to start by saying, ta-da! So I'm so glad to be here with you. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. All right, we are going to have some fun today. I want to stall for just 60 seconds to say hello to those people coming in. I appreciate that you are here. I'm so happy to be chatting with you. We have a great question on the books today. If you are new to this live stream, you can just pop your question in the comments. And what we do is we can answer it anonymously on the show in a future session. But we are going to talk about training your brain and feeling good and building a business and making money. So if that's what you're looking for, you are in the right place. I'm glad you are here. Hey, I'm so glad you're here. Hello, hello. Okay, so let's begin, shall we? Good to see you, Sylvie. All right, Rose is here too. I love it. Nice to see you. Yeah, light up that chat. I would love to hear from you. If you want, if you're just joining, go ahead and put where you're listening in from, what your business is all about. I'd love to hear about your business. Hey, Teresa, good to see you. Yeah, tell me more. Tell me all about you. I'm so eager to learn more. All right, let's begin. Hello, hello, and welcome to the show. You are listening to Positive Mindset for Entrepreneurs with me, your host, Dana Wilde. This is the show that shows you how to make money by being happy and get paid to be you. If you are ready to get paid to be you, say I am in the comments. We will make sure and get you a link to our daily Positive Mindset for Entrepreneurs newsletter where you get a jolt of happy. And remember every day that brain training, feeling good, mindset is the only way to build your business. So I'm glad you're here and I love seeing the chat light up. Remember to subscribe and like and share. That's really, really important to the algorithm here on YouTube. And I really appreciate every time you hit that subscribe button. So thank you so much. Today, I am going to reveal how to book clients, even if you have a very small email list or no email list for that matter, and you have a small following on social media. So here's what happened. We had somebody send in the question. And remember, you can put your question right in the comments. Put your question in the comments. We will address it anonymously on a new show. So here's the question that came in. How do you get clients with a small email list of 300 and not a lot of reach on social media? I can't afford to pay for ads. And the people who have said they would promote me haven't, even though I've promoted their programs. My niche is fairly specific, and the people who need me may not even know about me, and they may not even be on social media. So great question, right? And how many times have we felt like this? Like, is this thing on, and where are the people, and how do I reach them, and where are the clients, and how do I get them? And we use that part of our brain, that's the questioning part of our brain, that's the figure it out part. I've got a problem and I've got to figure it out. I'm going to focus on the problem and I'm going to try to figure it out. And it's normal. Everybody does it. Me too. You know, as many years as I've been at this, we fall into that. And especially right where you're at, where you're hearing other people to say different things to do and you're trying things and they're not working. So I totally get that. So first of all, the most important thing is, yes, you can get clients exactly where you're at right now. It's totally doable. So you can take a big deep breath and go, oh, good. I'm glad I can get clients from where I'm at right now. Now, let's begin. Right now, you're doing what many of us do, and that is you're trying to figure out how to build your business from the outside in. So we hear you should be on social media if you want to build your business. So then we get on social media and we start posting a bunch of stuff. Or we hear you should run ads. Ads are the only way to get business, and here's how to run ads. Or we hear do joint ventures and promote people and they'll promote you. So we go out and we do that step. And you could list, 1,000 tactics that we read about and hear about as entrepreneurs. do this. Here's the only way to build a business. Have a podcast. Here's the only way to build a business. Do a live stream on YouTube, right? Whatever the thing is that somebody is saying, this is the way to build a business. We get pulled in all of these different directions. And it happens to all of us because you know what? The peanut gallery is noisy. Everywhere we go, we've got somebody telling us the next greatest shiny object that's going to help us build our businesses. All of those tactics work, right? It's not that any of those tactics don't work, but none of them work without the right mindset first. And so what I would like to encourage you to do is to start taking action from the inside out, right? So what we're doing now is we go out, we try something, and then we're like, oh man, I hope this works. That guy said this is going to work, so I sure hope this works. And we're really not that set up in positive expectation. We don't have any positive momentum and positive expectation around that particular tactic. And so this is why I am so adamant about train your brain. I'm so adamant about train your brain because as long as we have that trepidation, as long as we have that unsureness, as long as we have that feeling of, oh, I hope this works or this isn't working, right? We try a little something, it isn't working, or how do I do it? How do I do it? How do I get it? Where do I find it? What's my method? How do I do it? You had one thing to do. And that thing was make sure that I'm feeling really, really good about my business. Make sure I'm feeling really, really hopeful. Make sure that I'm feeling really positive and that I'm feeling knowing that it's going to happen and that I'm in that feeling of positive emotional momentum. And have that be on your to-do list multiple times a day, because of course you can do it at 8 a.m. and you probably have to do it again at 10 a.m. at noon. But when we get aware and we realize, oh my gosh, if that is my only job, if that's the only thing I've got to do is stay positive, then that is such an easier list of things to do, isn't it? And so sometimes what happens is people look at this idea that our only job is to soothe self-doubt because they think like, well, then what's supposed to happen? You're supposed to sit here and go, oh, I feel good, I feel good, I feel good. And then money's supposed to fall in your lap. Like it's some kind of magic that happens, or some kind of, weird, woo-woo kind of stuff that happens so that the money just falls in our lap. And the answer is no. We use our positive emotion. And I'm not saying magic doesn't happen, by the way. So let me just go on record saying I'm a fan of magic, right? I'm a big fan of magic. I'm a big fan of stuff just falling in my lap too. But the reality is when we feel good, when we get that positive emotional momentum, when we soothe that self-doubt, when we get that positive train moving, we feel better and we use a better brain. We use a brain that helps us to access ideas from the inside out. So rather than looking from the outside in and going, oh, that guy says I should run ads, I guess I'm going to sit here and force myself to run ads. No, what we do is we calm that voice inside of us. We take a big deep breath, we bust ourselves. And sometimes you bust yourself because you actually hear the sentence, right? You hear yourself saying like, or thinking, this isn't going to work, or this isn't working, or I'm not getting any traction, or why don't I have any clients? And sometimes you actually hear those words like banging around in your head, and that counts. Busting yourself any old way you do it is great. You just go like, whoa, okay, good for me. I caught that negative thought. I'm ready to shift this around. Sometimes, more often than not, you feel that kind of negative background feeling. Kind of like, it's like white noise, except it's in your body and in your mind, where it's just that little bit of like, oh, what's it going to take to get this to work? So whether you catch the words or whether you catch the emotion, it makes no difference. The point is, once you catch it, that's the work. That's the play that we're doing together. So the play is soothe yourself. Now, you're not going to probably, you wrote in, you've got solid stuff here that you're looking for. You specifically want to get clients. you are in the thinking like, how do I do it phase? I've only got this list and I've only got this. So there's this kind of background noise going on that's saying, I don't have what I need to get clients. In order for me to get clients, I have to do something else. So we want to soothe that voice. We want to soothe that story. We want to shift it. And you're probably not going to be starting a mantra today that sounds like, clients are booking with me left and right. I have so many clients. I'm book solid. Right? That was my robot voice. I am book solid. I have so many clients. It seems ludicrous. So it's too far to go. So find a way to talk about the current situation in a way that feels good. Find a way to soothe that voice. So you'll be starting to say things to yourself like, okay, it's a really good idea to just soothe my voice and start feeling more hopeful. And I understand this idea about the brain. I do understand that when I'm feeling sad or worried or overwhelmed, that I'm really locking off my access to good ideas in my brain. So I do want to open myself up and open up my brain. And I like this idea of feeling more relaxed about this. And I like this idea about feeling better about this. And I would like to feel better about this. I'd like to feel more open about this. I'd like to find the words that soothe me. And I really, if I'm honest with myself, I know that everybody who's ever built a business has felt this way at one time or another. Like, this is not an abnormal thought. And I can see where I've been trying to figure it out, and I've been kind of stuck in that figure it out. And I'm just tired of that. I would like the idea of just relaxing and feeling better and knowing that other people have figured it out and that I'll figure it out too. And I really like the idea of not using methods that don't feel good to me. And I know, if I'm honest with myself, that I'm looking at these 3 methods, and there are thousands of methods out there, and I'm sure to find something that's good for me. And I'm just going to do the best thing possible right now, which is nothing, and just relax and say good things to myself and start feeling more hopeful, because I'm good at this. And I can tell when my body starts to open up and I start to feel lighter and I start to feel better. And I like the idea that when I can feel that shift to the better, and I can feel that shift to where I'm starting to feel good, that my brain is opening up to new ideas. All the creative pathways in my brain are opening up, and I'm getting new ideas. And I like the idea of finding something that excites me. And I like the idea of finding my method, the thing that I just can't wait to get up and do. And I'm on the lookout for it, and I will know it when I see it, or I will know it when I feel it. And I love that idea. And I love that I don't have to do and figure it all out. Oh, that sounds like such a drag. I'm so happy that the only thing I have to do is feel good and trust that my brain will find the way. My reticular activating system, part of my brain, that little matchmaker that's in my head, will see the thing that is meant for me come on my radar. It's such an easier way. The one thing on my list is to feel good today. The one thing on my list is to get the positive momentum going. I love the idea that this is how I'm building my business. I'm building my business by feeling better and better and better and better. And I'm already starting to feel better. I'm already starting to feel good. Oh my gosh, it's that easy. And I love that it doesn't take long to keep it going. And yes, I'm willing to do this multiple times a day, because I know if I keep doing this multiple times a day, that my brain will take care of the rest, and I will find that thing that lights me up, just like I'm feeling lit up right now. And that is how you do it. That took what, maybe 2-3 minutes? I should have looked at the clock. It doesn't take long, does it, to do it? You get moving. You get your emotional momentum moving in the right direction. If you are down with that, if you are down with the thing on your list that you're going to put on your list for building your business every day is to feel good, give me a hell yeah in the comments, please. I would love that. And remember, please, to subscribe, because I want you to be able to get every video that we release here. So this isn't magic, even though it feels like magic sometimes. This is the way your brain works. Feel good first and keep that going. Now, I'm going to give you a really good bonus tip here, because I think sometimes what happens is that we say like, okay, Dana, I'm going to put on my list of things to do that I've got to feel good, and I'm going to do it every day. Now, the first thing I'm going to tell you, you're going to like this, is that even if you do that for 2 or 3 days, by the third day, 72 hours in, your reticular activating system is going to kick in and your brain is going to start to show you the evidence that it's working. You're going to start to see something either come on your radar, or you're going to get an idea, or you're going to get curious about something. You're going to start to explore something. Something's going to come on your radar after 3 days. And so, of course, continue it. There's no reason to stop, but just know this isn't the kind of thing of, we hear all these stories of like, oh, it takes 21 days to develop a new habit, or, oh, it takes 30 days to change a belief. We're not changing beliefs. So we're not developing new habits. All we're doing is feeling good in any given moment. Every given moment that we bust ourselves and notice we're not feeling optimum, we are shifting it. We're shifting it, and we're shifting our emotional momentum. We're shifting the way we feel. So the first thing is evidence will start to come on your radar after 3 days of shifting your emotional momentum, which is awesome because then it becomes easier to sustain without a shadow of a doubt. Secondly, your job, your second thing on your list to do, your play, the fun thing to do, is to start gathering evidence that it's working. So you're looking for anything that you can use as an excuse that it's working. Every little success you have. So you start doing it even after a day. You see somebody and they talk to you about an idea that sounds kind of interesting. Tell your brain, "Oh, I'm already starting to notice stuff. Oh, I'm already starting to get on track." So you're counting anything that looks like the little bit of a success. Even if you just start saying to yourself, "I think this is working," or "This is starting to work," you start to train your brain to look for more stuff that shows it's working. So count your wins. Count anything that looks like evidence. So you're saying it, you say it for a few days, you go, "Oh my gosh, I think this is working. This is so cool. I love that this is starting to unfold and how this is working. It's going so well." Then the third thing is that you want to have this be as often as possible, the better you get at this, where you're being more proactive about your thinking rather than reactive. And all of us have times in our lives where we are feeling down and we're like pushing ourselves up. We all have those times in our life, sometimes multiple times a day. Like, I'm amazed when I look at my day sometimes, the vast amount of emotions that I go through in one day. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like a whole eternity in one day, just the different emotions. So it's not like it's abnormal to have to bust yourself feeling negative and then pull yourself up. That's okay. Ideally, we want to get more proactive in our thinking. So we get where we're not trying to drag ourselves out of the doldrums of being so despondent and fearful and worried and angry and overwhelmed and frustrated and all that stuff. Instead, it's kind of like we maybe dip a little bit into the negativity, we catch it, and we get right back up to feeling more hopeful, more believing, etc. And this happens with practice. So what happens now when you get good at this and when you do this every day and when you make it your priority and when you remind yourself that this is the only thing that builds your business for real. Isn't that crazy? Like, really take that in for a minute. You can run the best Facebook ads on the planet. You can be the best podcaster that's ever lived. And if you have sloppy thinking, if you're sitting there with a messy mindset, thinking negative thoughts like this isn't working, or I'm not sure this works, or I don't like doing this, that stuff doesn't work. This is the only thing that works. Feel good first, get your brain going, get those positive mantras going, get those positive stories going, soothe yourself, do whatever it takes to feel good, get that shift to take place. And what happens over time, what happens is you still dip, but you don't dip down so low and you don't dip for so long. And you get that moment of self-doubt and you catch it and you go, okay, hold on. I'm going to shape this up right now. Let's just shape this up. I'm going to feel better. I'm going to do it. And it takes the littlest bit. So right now, you're doing the story that sounds like the I'll figure it out story. I'm going to get this. I'm going to figure this out and I'm going to let my brain do it. And I'm just going to relax and let it come to me. And I trust that my method will come and I'm feeling more hopeful and things are getting better and life is so good. And I love that I'm getting better and better at this. And it feels so good to be a brain trainer. And I love building my business this way, right? So easy and so doable. And you can start right now. And then watch your brain find that method for you. Start counting those successes, see those successes grow, get more proactive, see your good feelings escalate, feel the positive momentum that happens every day, get better and better at this, build your business the feel good way, keep on that positive momentum train. And yes, it is that easy. You've totally got this. See you, everybody. Hey, I just want to pause just for a second before I say goodbye to everybody who's here live and say thank you so much for being here live. It just means the world to me. I love having your support. I know. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you were here playing with this together. I see you, Tanis. Oh, Marion's in the house. That's just great. Hey, Teresa. All right. Yay. I really, really appreciate it. It means the world to me to have your support. And I know that, you get this. That's why you're here. And I look forward to seeing you here again and again and again. And you too. You've totally got this. All right. See you soon. Bye, everybody.